Hey Hatchlings, we need to address the rumors about the Only Child of Light, the TikTok exclusive series that I have over on TikTok that is just about my literal childhood growing up in Laserium as the only child who grew up in Laserium during Ivan Dreyer's era. And this was towards the end of Laserium, right? This was from around like the 2000s, early 2000s to 2016, 2017 when he passed away. And so I just need everybody to understand, no prophecy, no chosen one, anything. There's so many rumors going on about me these days that it's actually free entertainment, okay? So this video, we're just going to basically cover the misconceptions about that, because a lot of people, especially on TikTok, because the majority of the age demographic on TikTok is very young, like 25 and younger, and they're like, they just missed the age group for Laserium. So this is going to be a little bit of a catching you up on history, okay? This is a history lesson. So if you guys are familiar with raves, you have probably seen all of the lasers at the raves, right? Just crazy, absolute, insane laser entertainment, okay? That would not be possible without Laserium, founded by Ivan Dreyer. He is known as the father of the laser show entertainment industry, and he is the one who saw lasers within Griffith Observatory, because yes, we use lasers to see the stars, okay? They are very, very necessary for everything going on in space. So he saw the rich, vibrant colors of laser light and was like, let me bring that to the public. And to the public, he did indeed bring the lasers, as I love to say, because now you cannot pretty much go to any sort of festival, any sort of concert, any sort of music, anything without lasers, okay? So that is where they come from, all right? And Laserium wasn't a rave, okay? This is probably the most common misconception about Laserium. Laserium was the original cosmic laser concert, and all that means is that it was a dark room, traditionally in the Griffith Observatory Planetarium. So you had the dome, right? A dark dome, and you projected the lasers onto the dome or onto the blank wall canvas to do the laser shows. And the entire show was laser light, okay? So they were half programmed by the laser artists. My dad was chief laserist at Laserium, so that is one of the many laserists that were involved in this whole entire operation. But they were programmed through, you know, math. I know, very exciting. So sacred geometry is just premium math, okay? And that is how I personally was exposed to a lot of the sacred geometrical patterns growing up, as well as a lot of the art. There was a lot of cartoon art, especially the most famous one is probably Octopus's Garden for the Beatles show. Shout out to how amazing that show is. But the animations of the people or the octopus or the horses or anything you'll see in the shows was all done by machines that told the laser point where to move on the picture really, really fast to create your laser picture, okay? So the reason why the show is called The Only Child of Light over on TikTok is it's literally just a title for cinematography. It's for the cinema. It's like show business, okay? It's like people have never heard a catchy title before. I don't know. For example, okay, the documentary about Laserium, which if you haven't seen it yet, I am interviewed in it along with my sister and my dad. It's an amazing, amazing documentary. It's called Laserium, The Gods of Light. And let's be honest, laser artists like my dad and Ivan and all of them were not literal gods of light, okay? It is a very it's drama title for the cinema, okay? It's that's what show business is, okay? That's how it works in Hollywood, okay? We do things like that, all right? It's for marketing too, okay? I don't know, man. I don't know what else to tell people other than please relax, okay? Just please relax. So that is why the show was called The Only Child of Light. Okay, yes, I am the only child that grew up during this era, okay? During the last of Ivan Dreyer's era, I was the only child who was in Laser Images Incorporated in Van Nuys, and that show over on TikTok and just kind of what I share here on like my channel now, we're going to be moving into the Laserium era, okay? I wasn't originally ever going to talk about this, just about my history with Laserium, mostly because my work in Laserium, not only does it really predate like social media, but it also was just like a really heavy thing to talk about because like it's actually my legacy. Like I've inherited this through my father. So it's really overwhelming, especially with the state of just like the world now. Like the majority of like Laserium stuff like wasn't properly documented or like published online, so the majority of people just don't know the history of Laserium unless you were like actively attending the shows. And so that's kind of why it's a little bit of kind of just controversial, especially on TikTok, just because of how young the demographic is. They just genuinely have no idea what any of this is, right? So Laserium was originally like in Griffith Observatory, and Griffith Observatory Laserium shows like attracted like people from everywhere in the Hollywood industry, okay? We had celebrities, we had politicians, we had directors, we had filmmakers, we had engineers, we had everybody, okay? Like including people in the occult spaces. We had witches, we had, you know, like people who call themselves vampires, we have, you know, the underground occult scene. Everybody was attending these shows, okay? Like they were a really big deal. And the only reason why you don't know about them very much anymore is because, you know, when Ivan Dreyer passed away, like Laserium kind of died really hard, okay? Like, and it was extremely sad, all right? Like, Laserium was my home, okay? Like, Ivan Dreyer gave me a home in Laserium when my parents divorced, okay? And fun fact, my parents' first date was actually at Laserium. Like, I literally wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the Cosmic Laser Concert, okay? I need everybody to just, like, clock that, okay? So, that is where I'm coming from when I talk about being the only child of light, because of that, I am literally, after like my dad passes away and like the other laserists pass away, may it be a long time until that happens, inshallah, I will be the last person who like has memories from this time alive, okay? Like I will be the only living person, like a living archive, okay? Like it's really heavy and it makes me very sad, okay? So yes, I am the only child of light. And it breaks my heart to say that because I wish Laserium still existed. There is a hole in my soul, actually, now that it's gone. The world doesn't feel the same anymore. And I miss Grandpa Lasers. I miss Grandpa Lasers, Ivan Dreyer. Like, he gave me so much hope and so much wonder and so much awe about the world when I was very young, going through a very confusing time with my family breaking apart. I didn't understand that. It shattered my psyche. It's a huge reason why I have a lot of mental health issues. And because of Laserium and what Ivan Dreyer provided in Laserium, I grew up having a home. Do you know what I mean? Like, I spent all my weekends there. Sometimes, you know, during the weekday I would go there too. Like, I was falling asleep to the Nine Inch Nails show, like, early in the mornings, like clockwork, okay? Like, I remember selling things at the concession stand, like, in Hollywood and Vine. Like, if you bought snacks from a little girl at Laserium at Hollywood and Vine, that was me, okay? Like, this is what I'm talking about when I say, like, I am the only child of light. It means that I was the only child that was there at that time. And it's just a fun title. So, like, let's not get weird about it, okay? Because TikTok really likes to just dramatize everything and take everything to the extreme. And there's so much misinformation about me on TikTok and by TikTokers and just on the internet in general. People like to post about me because when they don't post about me, they don't get clicks, and that's just unfortunately the truth, okay? So we're not going to ruin this, okay? Because Witch Talk specifically is trying very hard to prevent you from learning about the history of Laserium and how it influenced modern dragon magic. They are trying very hard for you not to hear this side of the story. So I wanted to just jump on here and clarify these rumors because they're out of control. People need to leave me alone and they need to mind their own business. And I'm literally just coming on these, you know, social media platforms now to document my history and to share the influence of Laserium, because when I was a little girl, this channel was to get away from that life, okay? Like, I haven't really shared who I really am, because this channel was not supposed to be about my real life. This channel was supposed to be about the dragons, okay? And how much I love them, and how much I love magic, and how much I love spirituality and faith and religion and all of that. That's what this channel was always supposed to be about. It wasn't supposed to be about the celebrity life I was born into. Like, I never wanted to talk about it, to be honest with you. Like, but life happens the way it does, and you know, the press ended up reaching out to me to talk about this as well, because, you know, people who know about Laserium know it's a big deal, okay? Like, there's so many, like, especially, like, just really high profile people who spent their childhood going to Griffith Park and loving the Laserium shows, okay? So, like, I just kind of represent this transition from analog to digital technology, and my YouTube channel has, like, a lot of history of Laserium on it in a way that literally corrects timelines. So I can't get too much into it just because we're waiting for, you know, the press cycle, but I did just want to say there's a lot of really exciting things in the works regarding my history with Laserium, and I never thought that this was gonna happen, so I just have to say thank you for everybody for just kind of like questioning, like, you know, why I have, you know, like the legacy that I do, why I have the founding claims that I do, people questioning my work. I just couldn't thank you enough, because like of you guys, like I literally am going way further than I ever originally thought that I was going to go. So I literally couldn't thank you guys enough for creating curiosity about my story, and, you know, people wanting to learn about Laserium. Like, I couldn't be more grateful. And there's so many of you guys that have already had a natural curiosity towards laser light technology and using that within your spiritual practices. And that is truly what we're about to just embark on exploring here on the channel, and sharing what I've learned from Ivan Dreyer, may he rest in paradise, and what I learned from my father as the chief laserist of Laserium, what I learned from other laserists there, and especially the witches, because the women who were working in Laserium were all witches, okay? So it's a amazing story, and there's pretty much everything on the human spectrum that you can think of in it, which is a huge reason why I haven't talked about it before, due to the sensitive like nature of the material of my story. There's just a lot of, you know, heavy topics that are involved that I personally haven't really felt comfortable discussing, didn't really know how to talk about, especially not without getting like censored or anything like that. So this is kind of, you know, where I'm coming from in terms of, you know, the only child of light thing. So I just really hope that we can relax and understand that it's just a show title, okay? Like, it's really not that serious. And like, all I'm here to tell you guys, like with this like specific series on TikTok, not only that, but just about Laserium in general, is that like the fundamental like point of reality of creation, like everything can be traced back to light. That is fundamentally what I learned in Laserium, especially from Ivan, and that perspective has completely shaped my spiritual understanding and craft and practice, especially with dragons. And so that's kind of where I'm coming from in terms of, you know, my childhood being heavily influenced by that, and how, you know, those teachings and those conversations when I was young and just running around Laserium, you know, asking Ivan things, and, you know, asking the laserist things and watching them work on their technology, and that was my childhood, and learning from them and applying that to spiritual practices has made me the first woman in history to take laser technology and combine it with spiritual esoteric symbolism and produce a spiritual practice and popularized it. Like, that's the truth. And some people don't like that, and that's fine. Like, I have gotten to a place to where now, like, I'm ready to tell my story, and I've fought so hard through addiction, through abuse, through grief, and so much blood to get here, to be here, to tell you my story now. So the true story of Azura DragonFaether will be exclusively on my social media and my websites, and very soon there will be press about it too, so you can learn the official story, okay? And I literally couldn't have done any of this without the hatchlings, okay? Because it's one thing to do stuff offline and have a story offline, but you guys clicking my videos and tuning into my content over the decade that decade years that I've been posting, like, you guys have made this channel what it is today. This channel's very special, like, because of the historical quality that it has and the longevity that it has, and how we started, you know, in 2012 and never stopped talking about dragons. Like, that, unprecedented. And if it wasn't for you guys tuning in, if it wasn't for you guys commenting saying I would love to learn more, if it wasn't for you guys subscribing to Patreon to invest back into the channel and support me, and also get readings for my Etsy and to learn more about dragons, like, if it wasn't for you, this wouldn't exist, okay? So I owe it all to you guys, and I'm so grateful for every single second of your time that you guys spend with me. Like, I couldn't even begin to tell you thank you enough. And to anyone out there in the world who is confused about my story, well, marry me and welcome. This is gonna be the journey of a lifetime. I can't wait to share with you. I almost didn't get to share this story with you, and this is the real story of Azura DragonFaether, the girl who was offline before the camera started rolling, before I had an upload button. We're about to really jump into that story, and it's going to be the greatest experience, I'm pretty sure, of my entire life. So you're definitely gonna wanna hit that subscribe button to stay tuned with our journey here, especially with the Draconian Reformation movement. There's just so many incredible things in store for 2026. It is gonna be the best year ever. I'm so excited. We have so many amazing things planned. But if you're new here, obviously, assalamu alaikum, marry me, and welcome back to your daily dose of DragonFaether. My name is Azura DragonFaether, the Draconic Priestess, and I've been working with dragons since the 90s, here to bring my journey and experience with you. So definitely hit that subscribe button and hit the like and leave a comment what you would like to learn about dragons down below. But I think that's it I have for this video, and if there's anything I missed, I would always just make a part 2. So welcome to the archives of a laser light, my friends. I will be your dragon guide through this experience, and let's learn about the Temple of Light, Laserium, that nobody really realized was a temple. All right, so I have so much love for you guys, and I will see you so very soon. But until next time, stay geeky, chica, and freaky, geeky, chica, and freaky, geeky, chica, and freaky little hatchlings. Okay, I love you so much, but Allah Hafiz, blessed be, and Amin. And please follow me so we don't get lost.